What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and we're out and about today, and I want to talk a little bit about some breaking news that's going on with the Security and Exchange Commission watching the Stellantis and dealer lawsuit in North Carolina. Why would they be interested?
For the longest time, whoa, for the longest.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Represent, got it represent.
That is right, guys. Welcome on back to TK's Garage. Welcome on back to another video. And yes, the Securities and Exchange Commission, as well as the North Carolina Attorney General, are extremely interested in the details of Stellantis' lawsuit against a major car dealer that was ending its franchise. And when that happens in the state of North Carolina, Stellantis would be required to purchase all of those vehicles back within different frameworks. We covered it in a video yesterday. Now, what's really interesting to me about this is there's a reason why the SEC is interested. Now, a while back, BMW, which you guys know, literally a BMW guy and a Mopar guy, BMW got slapped for $18 million, I believe, for fudging the numbers to inflate their stock. Basically, having dealers put more vehicles on order, having dealers put more vehicles listed as sold than they actually did. All manufacturers do this to some extent. It's just a fact. And dealers and then manufacturers end up fighting about it later if something goes wrong. We saw this in New England with, was it Hyundai in a dealership there in New Hampshire and Massachusetts. We're now seeing it with, and that wasn't even a buyback, that was just them saying that they fraudulently submitted cars that they didn't actually sell. But in this case, it has to do with a dealer that has 3,800 fleet vehicles literally just sitting, and they are ending their franchise with Stellantis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram because the writing is on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. These dealers know that they can't move these Hornets. They know they're not going to be able to move these EV Chargers. Nobody wants a 1,500 Ram with a Hurricane engine. People wanted the Hemi. They can't get them. You know, yes, the 6.4 liter is still available in the Power Wagon. Yes, it's still available in some Jeep models and will be all the way through 2025. But without Stellantis following through on what they said after that earnings call, that they would revive old brands and products and possibly bring back, you know, maybe they just 6.4 everything and they don't bring back the 5.7. But if they don't bring back some sort of V8 in their trucks, their Jeeps, their cars, they're going to be severely in trouble because, you know, this is one dealer with 3,800 vehicles to the tune of $180 million that Stellantis would have to buy back. That means they immediately start Q3 in a massive, massive hole. It's not a good look. It sure the hell ain't a good look for Stellantis, where their stock is already down 16%. I think it was at 15. I think it went down a little bit more today. So down 16% and dropping. Like, to make this so you understand in very layman's or easy terms, they have like $60 billion in available cash. Like, so just imagine them taking a big piece of that and going, it disappeared in days. That's what happens. Their valuation drops, their value, their money, their, you know, they're already having issues, and I haven't really dug into this and talked about, their credit worthiness with suppliers. I might get into that video, but because when I get into that, I open myself up to some legal ramifications because I'm putting out information that's confidential. So I have to 100% make sure that as a member of press, I am covered to release that info. But they're having creditworthiness problems too with suppliers because they keep being late and not paying suppliers. And when you have $60 billion of cash on hand, you think that wouldn't be an issue, but they're too busy buying back stock to cover their ass. Now, getting back to why the SEC is interested, because if it comes out in this lawsuit that the dealer says, well, Stellantis told me to say that these vehicles were sold. Get where I'm going? Stellantis told me to order these vehicles and say they were sold to inflate their numbers. Oh boy. The SEC, Stellantis not just paying this, and I think they will. I think this is a stall tactic. I don't even think we'll get to discovery. We might. But Stellantis is opening themselves up to a massive SEC investigation. And don't get it twisted. The SEC is already paying attention heavily for what they did to that company right there with those Chrysler minivans. Separate story on that maybe later this evening on warranties and what happens if you own one of those Chrysler products. You might be screwed. But I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was extremely interesting and also slightly Carlos Tavares is such an idiot when it comes to the car market that it wouldn't surprise me if he wasn't even thinking about, well, if we sue this dealer, would the SEC pay attention? Of course they are. They're waiting for discovery. If this dealer says that the manufacturer told you to straw order products, if the manufacturer told you to list items as sold that weren't to inflate their numbers, Stellantis is in so much more trouble than paying this dealer $180 million. Oh no. If I was Stellantis, you're going to lose. You're 100% going to lose. North Carolina is going to make you pay. So you're going to lose. I would fork up that $180 million right friggin' now, make that dealer go away so that there's no more conversations with the SEC, because if they don't do that, it's about to look so bad for Stellantis. You think the stock price is bad now. The SEC starts finding them, they start getting slapped, and they got to pay that $180 million, and other dealers start looking at, maybe I'm going to pull out and end my franchise agreement, because there is one of the largest automotive dealer groups in the country right now that has threatened Carlos Tavares with ending that franchise. And you think $180 million is bad for that one dealer in North Carolina? Imagine what happens when 75 in a section of the country do it, to the tune of 20-something billion dollars. Whew. Whew. That's a problem. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think the SEC is just salivating, waiting for the discovery to come out in this civil case? Because I do. I know they're waiting to see who did what and who was violating rules and who inflated their stock price, because Stellantis plays that game, and they got caught with it this last time. All manufacturers do it. It's just a level on how bad you do it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.